I'm so excited to see you tonight.
First date, baby. First date, I can't wait. First date.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of First Date with me as your host, Lauren Compton. You know my guest. Oh, God.
Oh, did you just throw up in your mouth?
Kind of a little bit. I'm
Pregnancy
actually
is wild.
It's just regurgitating
The
all
baby's
the bullshit
coming up.
throughout the day. Wrong way.
Yeah.
You know my guest
The
today.
baby just hocked to it
Hold
on your placenta.
Adam.
Sorry.
Let me give you a proper intro.
Sorry. Go ahead. Sorry.
This is the only scripted part
Hormones.
of the podcast.
All right, go ahead.
Oh my
go
God,
ahead.
am I lashing out?
No. No, you're perfect.
You know my guest today. Oh, thank you.
are.
Compliments go a long way when you're pregnant.
You're great, but you know you're great. Let me say this real quick before the intro. When I saw you were doing this show, I was like, not what do I know? I just go, oh, duh. And I knew it was going to be as popular as it is, and people want to come on, and numbers are great, and you're just a good host, so congrats.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Adam Ray, everybody.
Hello. Thank you. Thank you. Your theme song rules. Your theme song sounds like a kid on a Disney show who is playing like that new pop star that like is starting to sell out malls.
Yeah.
You know, because it's got like the Paul Abdul techno, like bing, like the synthesizer stuff.
Like Miley Cyrus auditioning for Disney.
Exactly.
If her dad wasn't Billy Ray.
Billy Ray, yeah.
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
How
She probably
hard that
still
would have
would
been for her?
Yeah.
I know.
She still would probably. How hard that would have been. Yeah. Do they have a good relationship? Let's talk about the Cyrus household.
Yeah, I think didn't he marry a stepmother?
I don't fucking know.
Some
Let's move on.
divorce.
Yeah,
Okay,
I'm
yeah.
already bored.
I'm already
Yeah,
over it.
Let's get into it.
Same.
Sorry, Miley. Sorry, Miley. Although I did meet Miley at the Improv once, and she was very sweet.
I hope that
And that's the end of that story. Hi, I'm Adam Ray, and for more shitty stories, follow me on Twitter at Adam Ray Comedy. Boy, I literally just reminded myself of some of my mom's friends from Temple. When they come over, they want to start. They do the thing where you get this too, where they go, oh, so they just know you're doing comedy. So like, oh, something really funny happened last week. So I'm driving Bill to go get gas. We go get gas together. It's just our thing. We're in our 70s. We just quality time goes a long way. You'll see this. And we're driving, and we pull up, and I go, well, get out, pay for the gas. You're a gentleman. He forgot his wallet.
with the pause.
Yeah, with the pause.
With the pause.
And I don't know if it's the end of the story, so I'm fucking it up by not laughing hard. And then they go, well, all right. Well, yeah, I thought you were a
Guess that wasn't
comedian.
funny.
And then they put it on me somehow. Like I thought you would get it.
Oh,
And I'm
man.
like, Kathy, you gotta fucking, your head's in the gutter. You're spending too many Shabbats cooking. You got to be on the outskirts, entertaining the masses and getting some reps. Anyway, great to be here.
I'm glad you are here.
Thank you.
We're going to start off with some appetizer questions. Last I checked, you were in a relationship.
Yeah, married.
You're married.
Yeah, for 2 years.
Okay, well, the internet isn't very good at telling me things then.
Oh, really? Because
Does it say it all over line?
Eve
All
said
over
I was
online?
one of the celebrity couples that got married that year.
I don't listen to the
But it was
fake
like
news.
way down the line. It was like they were like Real Housewives, and then it was me just at the bottom.
Hey, at least you made that list.
Sure, it was cool for my wife's friends and fam that are outside the business.
Yeah.
They were like, whoa. But yeah, 2 years.
How long were you with her before you guys got married?
I think 5.
That's a really great amount of time.
Yeah. Yeah. She's the greatest.
Yeah.
You would meet her and be like, we're homies now.
How'd you guys meet?
I was in Arizona, and her best friend was dating a friend of mine, and he was getting ready to move my wife's friend to Sacramento from Arizona. I was headlining the Tempe Improv out there. They were like, hey, let's go see a show. And my buddy was like, he has his last night of show Sunday, the day before he was going to move his girl up to Sac. And so they came out, and we hung out, all hit it off. And then they ended up breaking up. And then my wife and her friend were either going to move to New York or LA, came to LA about 5 months later, kind of reconnected. And we had been kind of 8th grade style texting a lot and DMing and just kind of.
Cute.
Yeah. And then she got to LA, and pretty quickly, like, we were hanging out, and she was living in a 1-bedroom in Venice with her friend. And I was like, what happens if she brings guys over? She's like, oh, she just sleeps in the middle of me and the guy in the bed. I go, you can stay at my place whenever the fuck you want. It's mi casa, su casa. And, you know, I had a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, and just my roommate had just moved out. And so I was like, I'm going to stay here for a bit. And so she stayed there, and it was just very quickly, very calming. Like when I would go on the road and come back, so excited she was there. I knew she was comfy. I just had a very like, I want to take care of you right away. And that
So
that
she
felt
moved
like,
to LA.
So she stayed. She was coming out for the summer and then just stayed.
Okay.
Yeah, and now she's in voiceover. She was working at restaurants and doing all that, and then she started doing script supervising, and then she got into voiceover animation casting. Now she casts cartoons, just big shows on TV, and her and her boss are killing it. And she loves this. She loves to be around. She texted me right before I come, have fun. She fucking loves you and supportive of me doing this, which is great. We were just in Europe for 3 weeks, got back. And then I was like, I'm gone for 10 days. And she was like, well, I'm glad we had all that time. And also, go get that fucking money because I want a fucking jacket, you know? But she rules. Yeah.
How long did you guys date before you introduced her to your family?
Great question. Maybe she came to Thanksgiving that fall in Seattle. So that would be when.
Okay.
So I guess we maybe started really officially in like July. Yeah. So she moved there in May, and then July we were like, all right, this is pretty rad.
A thing.
And then Thanksgiving. So a few months after that.
So
That's pretty early.
you invited her to Seattle. That's where you're from.
Yes.
And then what did your family think about her?
Loved her. Yeah. And my mom had was definitely like, I mean, I've been single I had relationships and long distance. I've done a lot of long distance. I've been 3 long distance relationships.
Really?
Not by choice. And all ended in different ways. One, she cheated on me. She fucked a cameraman in Reno. We can come back to that. I wrote a song about it, had it animated, put it on the internet. The guy saw it, hit me up, said it was very funny. I was like, please delete my number. How'd you get it? It's called Reno Cheater. It's on YouTube. And then the other 2 were, one was a high school sweetheart. I went to college at USC in LA. She went to Santa Barbara, and we were like, oh, we're in the same state. We should try it. And it was just, we were both in college. It was too much going on.
Yeah.
And then the other one was Seattle to LA, and seasonal depression was a real thing that I hadn't considered. I'm running around sunny LA, and she's in the fall in Seattle, like looking out the window, like hearing, everybody hurts, and it's raining, and that just ended. And but also, I was not in a place to where I think I was all in and hadn't chosen long distance. But I think excuse me, I realized that I think I was not yet ready to fully jump in. So I kind of liked that I had my space to like work and then not.
So there was something comforting in the distance.
Totally. It did suck. I mean, if you haven't done long distance, try it. Someone's getting cheated on. But love gets you through like a year and a half. And then somebody's got to compromise, in my experience. Each time, because you're just so in it. And then at some point, like the girl that ended up cheating on me in Reno was in New York, and she was working at NBC in the Page program. And so you bounce around in different jobs. She was an SNL seat filler and then working for Conan. And then hopefully you end up getting a job in somewhere in NBC. And she was working at SNL, and I'm talking to her. I'm staying up late and just, and to talk to her for a few minutes. And then I would go out to open mics or whatever. And she called me one time and she's like, I got to go. John Stamos wants to talk to me, and hangs up. And I'm just like, I've been waiting for like 3 hours to talk to her. And my buddy goes, what's up? I go, she said, John Stamos wants to talk to her. He goes, he's already inside of her, dude. Let's go to the clubs. And so then finally I was in a place when I met my wife that it was like, I want to not be still busy, but like, it's great that she is so wanting to be around all of it. The other people in a weird way were kind of like, not off the bat lacking support, but just didn't have a problem being like, do you have to go do that? And that sucks. You can't have that.
Well, if you're finding comfort in long distance, then finding someone who can be close and still let you go,
yeah,
and
all about it. I mean, she like, that's just the best, and support, and I mean, she is so funny, and I've always it's always been kind of a one-sided.
Is she funnier than you?
I think so. She just told me the last 2 years that she wanted to be a comedian when she was a kid, and I'm like, what a fucking dream that you're. And she's, gotten to hang out with some fucking very cool people. Joel McHale's a good friend of mine, and we were all together, and she fucking loves him, and she's just making him laugh, and he's just like, and I said to her later, I was like, how cool was that? She's like, that was fucking wild, And but it's cool because she doesn't give me notes or whatever.
Yeah.
But I'll make her laugh and pocket things or even run a quick bit by her. Last night doing Kill Tony, she was asking me about it and I was reciting all these things that happened because I was doing a new character on it. And she was just dying laughing. And then some stuff I did and she was like, I guess I have to see that one. I don't really understand why you did that. But yeah, she rules.
Have you ever
Parents loved her.
Well, that's great.
My nieces really loved her too.
Is
And
she Jewish?
No, but she is circumcised. And she has, we'll be right back. And we'll keep her out here. No, she just now got nieces and nephews on eBay. No, her brother and sister-in-law have 2 kids in the last 7 years. But prior, or 5, 6 years, I don't know how old they are, but they are adorable. One of them now, they give both of us like the gauge of whether or not we want kids. Like the 5-year-old nephew that she has came up to me. He's in that age where it's like, guess what? He's like, Uncle Adam, guess what? He just wants to share everything that he's like discovering because he's fucking 5. And I don't want to be a dick and be like, dude, yeah, everything you're about to share, I've done it. All right. I've had Diet Sprite. Fucking what else? 2 Girls, 1 Cup. I saw it when it came out, bro. And but he came up to me and he was like, Uncle Adam, I taught myself how to run with my eyes closed. And I was like, dude, I drove from the valley to the airport on 60 milligrams with my eyes closed last night. So we're both doing cool shit. And but so he's so cute and he makes us want to have kids. And then we both have friends with kids where it's like, wow, it's going to be a minute. I'm sure that you had the same experience, right?
Yeah. We have some friends that have some kids and I'd be like, oh,
Yeah.
God, I hope my kids aren't like that.
That's what it is. And it makes you go, but all kids are missing some updates on their hard drive for a bit, right?
Yeah.
Because you're a fucking kid. My nephew would do crazy things and be so psycho. My mom's like, he's been on the planet for 5 years. Cut him some slack. And I'm like, all right,
Let's get into our main course questions. Have you ever dated someone that you knew was a red flag to begin with?
Oh, man. Yes. When I was working at Albertsons, the grocery store. I think I was 17 and she was, God, I want to say 26, but I think she might have been 30.
Hot.
Yeah. Only got a couple HJs from it.
Was
So,
she hot, though?
Yeah.
Was she one of those, like, hotter,
She's in the
older
service
women?
deli, and I was a bagger.
Dang.
Hello, Pixar. I've got your next film. It was, yeah. I mean, grocery store, like it's every job has people just.
Well, they
swapping it
play
up.
porn music.
Oh yeah, it's a lot of Go West, King of Wishful Thinking, a lot of Foo Fighters, a lot of a lot of baby making music.
Yeah.
The grocery store soundtrack.
I've been in
is
Albertsons. I know
oddly
what's
sexual.
up.
Yeah. But I knew it was a red flag because A, she was older, and B, she just I don't know. I hung out with her once, and she had a lot of friends come over, and I don't want to say they were doing heroin, but it looked shady.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, I don't think I should be around this right now. She also drank a lot, which do you? But I was 17, and I was like, oh, I don't know.
That's not you yet.
Not yet. Yeah. But God bless her. I think she's out there somewhere.
Yeah. I dated a red flag. I worked at Hot Topic.
Of course you did.
And
Wow. Did you what did you on the floor or at the cash register?
I was on the floor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was like the hot item you were pushing on people? A lot of middle-aged dads coming into Hot Topic? No. What's the demo?
I don't even remember, but I liked one of the managers. I don't remember his name, but he liked Incubus.
Of course he did.
And I was
Oh,
like,
he worked at Hot Topic and he liked
like
Incubus? How many tattoos? He had a neck tat.
Oh, it was fully tatted up.
He had a
yeah.
nose ring.
I mean, he was curly hair. Like,
Cool.
you could tell.
Brad or Tanner. What was
I
his
don't
name?
remember.
Yeah.
Remember. Probably Chad. But I...
Did you manage a Hot Topic in the 90s? Was it 90s? What was it? No. Early 2000s?
Probably early 2000s.
Wow, dude. Still, yeah, okay. Still matters.
I was wearing like the black skinny jeans and like the studded belt.
Yikes.
And the Chuck Taylors.
Oh, yeah.
My hair was black and I had platinum blonde underneath my hair. So whenever I wore it in a ponytail, it looked like an upside down skunk.
Let's cut to a clip.
Just because it's summer doesn't mean you have to cut out all the carb-heavy foods you love. Hero Bread reinvented the bread and buns that make summer great. Fluffy, delicious flavor and texture with no net carbs. 0 grams of sugar and fewer calories plus protein and fiber. And now you can try their sweet, melt-in-your-mouth Hawaiian rolls for guilt-free summer sliders. I love Hero Bread because it's just got that buttery taste that you can't resist. but all of your favorites, no consequences or compromises. 0 to 1 grams of net carbs, 0 grams of sugar, and high in fiber. And they're delicious and flavorful. The soft, fluffy experience you love when enjoying a juicy hot dog, a refreshing BLT, or mouth-watering cheeseburgers. Something for every craving, including sliced bread loaves, buns, and tortillas. They also have mouth-watering limited edition bakes like popular 2-gram net carb Hero croissants. Keep the carbs out of summer without compromising flavor with Hero bread. Get 10% off your order at hero.co and use the code DATE at checkout. That's DATE at HERO.co.
It was like my whole vibe, and I had like a Sex Pistols t-shirt. I was just trying everything I could.
Yeah, that's what.
A belly button ring, you know what I mean?
Yes, I do.
So this guy
You're just
liked
throwing darts.
So I liked this guy, and he was like, "We're having a party. If you want to come, I'll send you the address." And I had a Chevy S10 mini truck that my dad unfortunately gave me as my first car.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'll drive out to your location. So I drive all the way out there, and it was like a trailer park home thing where it was just like a bunch of trailer parks.
That's where he lived.
That's where he lived. But I had never seen a trailer park community before.
So you were like, this is
I
cool?
thought it was, schools have the portable. Have you ever
Schools,
seen those
portable classrooms.
Portable classrooms?
They call them portables.
I thought they were a bunch of portable classrooms.
Oh my God.
And I'm just like, why are we in
like,
this?
you get to camp all the time? He's like, yeah, don't tell anybody.
Dude, I pull up and I get out and he's like drinking a beer. And it was way too much for me because he was like older. And I was just like, Dad.
Oh, wow.
Because my dad drank beer, and so I associated that.
Oof.
I didn't stay very long.
Yeah.
I probably would have gotten finger banged, but I left.
Yeah, which that's more for him than you, right?
Yeah, that's no girl likes that.
Also, I just feel like if you manage a hot topic, you're not washing your hands a lot.
Ugh.
Yeah. So who knows what you were walking home with or driving home with. Maybe you
Yeah.
left the car there because you were like, this is too much. Yeah. Fuck.
Bad.
Yeah, it's bad. Well, there's no, I have a buddy that works at a Target, and he worked at a Target in San Diego, and he would tell me how many moms he would hook up with that worked at the Target. And I was like, I never would have thought that was a thing. He's like, oh, there's just so many single moms that work at this Target, and I am this like mid-20s, night manager and just cool with everybody. And he's a real charismatic dude, but like, and I'm like, there's no rules in place. He's like, no, it's like everyone's pretty cool. He's like, there was one that like was still married, but like everybody's pretty chill. And I'm like, yeah, dude. But I'm just saying there's no business is immune from people just finding a way because you're spending that much time around each other,
Yeah. I worked at Target. That was my first job ever.
Wow.
I'm really sharing a lot with you today.
Yeah.
Yeah. I only worked there for 72 hours.
What? You got fired?
No, I quit. They wanted me to work past midnight, and I was tired.
Yeah.
So
It's
it
not
didn't,
happening.
It didn't work out.
It's going to infringe on your social life.
So then I went to Hot Topic. So
That's an upgrade, right?
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's like that kind of a move.
I just
yeah.
went to the mall. I went
Yeah.
directly across the street
Wow.
to the mall.
I always wanted to work at the mall.
Mm.
Just because I thought you always, in high school, everyone's walking around, and I always thought it was like a really cool thing to be there and have like girls come up and be like, "Hey, could I? What's up, Adam? Yeah, no, just chilling again. What's up with that Jamba Juice machine? Is it working right now?" And I always thought it would be cool to be like, because I saw the older guys that were like, "Orange Dream Machine on the house, Christine, and fucking come back if you want some fucking pizza rolls too." Like they just seemed like they were, had it figured out. Now they're all in jail. So, but,
Yeah.
what else we got?
What is the best way to get out of a bad first date?
I think you got to do look, I've heard of the just go to the bathroom and don't come back. Like ditch, go out. I actually think that is the best because.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, you're right. Well, I mean,
you just leave her there?
I would. Oh, not for me. I'm saying if it's happening to me, just leave.
If you're on a date with a girl,
Oh, okay.
and it's bad,
how
do you get out of it?
I'll probably do I would probably treat it as an acting exercise. I've done that a lot in my life, and it's just, when I used to be a tour guide at Universal Studios on the tram, right? In 2003, like 2006, sophomore year of college till the end, I was the tram tour guide, and I, had just graduated acting school, and we get to the Jaws part, And, most of the guides would be like, "Oh, guys, look over to your left. Hey, we got our friend Scuba Steve in the water. Steve, oh no, get out. I think there's a shark. Oh boy. Oh boy." And fucking little old actor boy here is coming fresh out of, a conservatory. And I'm like, "Guys, say what up to my buddy Steve over there. Steve. Whoa, Steve. Hey, man. Oh, shit. Steve. Hey. Oh, fuck. No. Oh my God. Why are you smiling? Stop taking pictures. That's my friend. Oh my fucking God. Oh. 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 Who wants to see a Desperate Housewives' houses? And I made a girl cry on the tram and got suspended for 2 weeks. So if that was me, I would treat it as I'd probably pick up the phone and do a whole yeah, no, yeah. Well, that's what we do. Yeah, there's probably not enough trees, but 1 second. Oh, shit. Oh, you got to be kidding me. My fish has AIDS.
Oh no.
This is wild, but I have the key to he has the special medicine.
Yeah.
And it's in this box that my buddy's at my place right now watching her. And I gotta go. Cut that all out. That is the worst. No! If you're even on a date with that guy to begin with, that's actually on you.
This was my favorite part of the whole date so far.
Yeah. I think I would do that. I don't think so. But I'm saying if it was me, walk out and just I have no problem with an Irish goodbye.
But your luck, you would get a girl like me who wants to see a fish with AIDS.
Oh my God, hilarious. Oh my God, I'm actually in vet school. Oh my God.
This would actually be great research for me.
My fish is not like a people person.
But
even when
it's dying though. So
wow. Can I be honest? Too soon. But I love that you're supportive right out of the gate, but I really just I feel like it should be.
You need alone time.
Is that cool? And then maybe we can get some alone time later, another time
And then I'll just mail you a new fish. Aidless.
I have to go. Oh my God. I have to mail you a new fish. Yeah, that's a red flag.
Man.
But also so sweet, depending on who you are and how you were raised.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the type of
I think I just
extra
wouldn't
attention
want,
you were looking
if
for.
I knew you were trying to leave, I would try everything I could
to
stick with you.
Well, also it's the first day.
Yeah.
It's also so tricky the same way that I equate when people go to a city, living in LA and Seattle, when those come up to people and they want to give their own personal account of I went to LA for a couple weeks. Dude, that place sucks, dude. That place, everyone, it's I thought I was going to see Matt Damon, didn't fucking see him, and it rained for 4 of the 9 days. Everyone's so superficial. There's fake tits and big butts everywhere, which I didn't fucking mind, but it was just everyone's a little too, I don't know. I don't like the vibe. And I take it personal because I've been there now for 20 plus years. And also, I'm you were there for 9 days. You can't get a handle on anything for 9 days. So first date style, if you're there for 1 day, unless right out of the gate, the guy's so I just want to be straight up. Anal is first base to me, and I think Hitler's the shit. If those are the first 2 things he opened with, then I'd be yeah, just get the app and then call Tina and have her come grab you. But so you wanting to be let me try to see it through, I have no problem with that. Even if it is kind of bad, because you're also I love the idea of trying to break down if you know that I'm bullshitting about the fish, calling me out and being well, let me come see the fish. I would love to
be me.
I'm all good and I'll pay for the dinner. Just let me see your dying fish.
I want to see the
AIDS.
fish. Can I come see your fish?
Yeah, and let me see the HIV all over its
I want to know
gills
what a fish with AIDS looks like.
Yep, because I might be a fish vet someday. You don't know.
I might
You can't
save
tell
your
me what
fish.
I'm going to be. Yeah.
You don't know.
You don't know.
But it looks like you like sports a lot.
I love sports.
What if you took a date? Did you?
I took my now wife on the first weekend we hung out. I was doing shows in Kansas City, and I was and I was just on the road so much, and also it was just I didn't want to fly to Arizona and do that. That felt too much.
Mm-hmm.
So it was and I think this was a pretty fair idea to be like, do you want to come out and hang out in a city and do shows? And we could go. There was a Steelers-Chiefs playoff game. I was like, we go to the game, hang out the shows, and it's a fun city. And she was like, fuck yeah, never been. And it was awesome. And she's a big sports fan too. She has gotten so into like my baseball team in Seattle, and I've gotten to know now a bunch of the players and broadcasters and stuff, and they come out to my shows and whatnot, and I've done a handful of first pitches, and I actually threw out a first pitch in Arizona. I timed out my shows to be there when the Mariners were there, and they gave us a suite, and her whole family got to come out. And I took her dad, my father-in-law, on the field, and he had his glove. He gave me his glove from like 8th grade, and we warmed up on the field, and he's just on the field being like, dude, this is fucking. He's like, are you fucking kidding me, dude? Are you fucking kidding me? I'm on the field of my baseball team throwing the ball and you're using my glove. Are you fucking kidding me right now? And it was really cool. And so, yeah. And not that it would be a deal breaker if she didn't like sports. And I'm not we did a fantasy football thing with some friends last year and the year before, and then just kind of fell out of love with it. But it is it's just such a fun to be down to go to games and like, football Sundays. She just hit me up. She's like, can we get the package? Like, there's going to be times when like, you're going to be gone. I just want to have some people over and watch. I'm like, yeah, love that. And it's such a social, fun thing to do. And people that don't like sports, I feel bad for you.
Yeah.
Because it's so fun. It's such a social thing.
I like to go to basketball games the most.
You like to go to the game is awesome.
Yeah.
Yes.
I definitely like to go to the game.
Also, why would you not want to see, like, it's so crazy, some of these athletes. They're wild. Like, I can't even, I scored on my own team when I played soccer in the 5th grade, and my best friend's dad called me a fucking idiot on the drive home. And that was a wrap for me on soccer. But up until that point, I was like, dude, I might go pro, I was a real big kid, which they always make fat kids the goalie because even my coach.
You take up more space.
Take up more space. My coach was like, pretend the balls are pizzas, you fat fuck. And
Touch it.
Oh, yeah. And this was one of my first jokes. My basketball coach called me Krispy Kreme Abdul-Jabbar. Hurtful in the moment, funny in hindsight. Were you a big kid?
No.
Yeah, never.
No.
I've always had self-control.
Well, I
for you.
did a lot of sports when I was younger.
What sports?
I was a gymnast.
Cool.
I was an elite gymnast.
No way.
Yeah, so I was homeschooled and I did gymnastics like 6 hours a day
Oh, my God.
for like 10 years.
My sister was a pretty good gymnast for a bit, and I would go to her practices. And again, real big kid. And they would, though, because I was big, they thought I was older. Like when you're a kid.
When you say big, you mean like fat?
I thought this was a safe space where I wouldn't get fat shamed from 30 years ago. But
I
yeah,
need
Lauren,
clarification.
my mom and I shared a bra. Are you happy now? Is that
Yes.
what you're looking for? They called me penis and tits kid on the playground. No, they did.
Thank you for the
they did.
visualization.
Yeah, they it was I was like quick fat, so like I never thought I was like
What's quick fat?
I was just as I smell like baked beans and mac and cheese when I sweat. I
These
don't know.
terms are so crazy.
I was fat. I was fast. Fast fat. You haven't seen fast
A
fat?
fast fat?
This is
So
not
you were like a linebacker.
sure. Linebackers are pretty fucking,
Fat.
No, they're still pretty good. Linemen, offensive linemen,
Who am I thinking of that's like the big guys?
linemen,
Okay.
Yeah,
What did
like-
I say?
linebackers.
Oh.
They're pretty. They're like
What the fuck?
6'5".
So,
They're svelte.
linebacker, lineman, what's
Yeah,
the
I know.
difference?
It's let's
there's
call the commissioner and change
Come
it all up.
on.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Okay, so back to being fat.
So I would go to the practices, and they thought I was older because young fat kids they were like, this kid's like 19, right? I'm like, I'm fucking 10. But I fucking was just like, hey, you guys got any fucking chips and dip, And they put me in some of the practices with my sister and the older kids. And I remember at one point we were doing the bars, and she like had me grab the bars, and I'm just like dangling, like just fucking young fat, just dangling. And she's like, swing yourself up, and I'm like, what? How? And she's like, to swing, and then get off, and then I just like dropped and fell, and then so I was like, can I go jump in the foam pit? Did you have a foam pit?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And so for people at home who haven't been to a gymnastics practice, I don't know if it's like reward. It's like when you're practicing flips and whatever, you jump into the foam pit.
Yeah, you flip into the pit so that if you land on your head
Yeah.
or whatever.
No damage.
Right.
So I would just want to play in that thing. So I would just like jump in that. And so I would come to these practices. And then at one point, my mom was like, maybe just try. And I could tumble well. Fat kids can tumble. I mean, dude, if I was ever on fire, stop, dropping, and roll was not going to be a problem because I fucking was already falling anyway. Clumsy fat kid, spin, turn that into a tumble. But yeah, gymnastics was not going to be my thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Were you flexible?
Yeah. Yeah. Again,
Fat kids are unusually flexible.
totally. It's like when you see a kid with Down syndrome at your high school and he like knows karate. You're like, shout out to Tyler.
Is that karate though? Or
Oh.
are they just making awkward movements?
No, this kid knew karate. He fucking judo chopped, I don't know, vice principal one day, Shorecrest High School. Principal was walking by. He was like, what's up, Mr. Johnson? And then he fucking did he did a jump kick. And he said like, I don't think he either said judo chop or Haruki. He did a fucking street fight. I think that's what he did. And he did a jump kick and fucking like, he just like did that. And she dropped all her papers. And if I had footage of that, not only would I have submitted it to Alfonso Ribeiro at America's Funniest Home Videos, but I would be watching it every day when I wake up to start my day.
Yeah.
Certain things like that. How do you start your day?
I have a video that I like. That's this
Put you in a good
guy.
mood.
It makes me laugh so hard.
Good.
He's the guy, I don't know if you've seen it, but he's like, LSU fan stuck his finger up my booty. Have you seen this one?
Send me the link.
It is this like white guy
That was a white guy?
It's a white guy that thinks he's black.
Okay, good.
And he's got a big black girlfriend, and she just says, "Settle down now, honey." Like someone just stuck their finger up this guy's butt.
Wow.
And his girlfriend is telling him to settle down, and I'm like, and he goes, "I will kill." You could find it. This is it. The LSU fan.
Record that. Well, LSU fan came stuck his finger in my booty. Bitch, I don't play that shit. I will kill.
I haven't seen that one yet.
You guys couldn't see it. Was that up on the screen for the fans?
It'll be there.
Yikes.
Yeah. So that
Very
video
funny.
really
Gets you
gets me
going.
going.
Yeah.
Seeing that this guy's so worked up.
Finger in the butt, can I be honest? Not a big fan.
I can't imagine why.
It's just, yeah. Everything with that. Maybe, and my wife and I are on the same page with that stuff. We're having a good time with everything we already got. And but maybe you'll get to a point, I don't know, maybe 15, 20 years where you're just like, it's time to do something else. Right? But I don't know.
Yeah. I have another red flag question.
No judgment,
for you,
by the
though.
way. If you're a big butt guy,
Hey.
do you?
Yeah. You can explore, and if it isn't for you, just stop.
Yeah.
But to stick your finger up someone's butt in public, just like them right there.
Yeah.
That's pretty wild.
Yeah. It happened to me in college once. No permission, by the way. She just did it. I was like, hey, you want to maybe send me a text 10 minutes before you come over and let me know that this is even going to be on the table? And she goes, I thought you liked that. And I was like, based on what? Did I make a face when we went out? I was like, just trust your instincts. Yeah, it was wild. Not a great feeling.
Yeah.
And she had a lot of force too. And she had big hands.
Oh my.
Yeah, bigger than normal hands.
Yikes.
She's not a big gal, but just, sometimes the body, you just come out and she just,
Yeah.
her arms were like petite, but then she had fucking
Giant hands.
linebacker hands. Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. See,
Let's pull her up.
see this bitch.
Pull up her Facebook.
But I'll ask you my dessert question. It's my last question.
Great.
How did you propose to your wife?
It was COVID. Fake. And no, it was real. It was real. Come on. Hey, you know what we were doing? We did COVID. We beat COVID.
Oh my God,
We
stop.
beat Medicare. We beat Medicaid. We beat Megatron. Hey, come on. Hey, I'll eat soup with a fork, but does that make me gay? Come on. We're going to Jumanji tonight. We're going to the Warp Zone. Come on.
Oh my God, that's incredible.
Yeah, that was Tina Turner. That was my Tina Turner impression.
Mm.
Needs a little bit of work, but next election, it was COVID, and we drove to Arizona to be with her family, 6 hours from LA. Took the pup and went there for about a month and a half. Then my dad's wife at the time got real sick, was on hospice, which, by the way, hadn't been around a hospice situation before. So hot. And sitting around there. Sorry. And I texted a buddy of mine, and he was like, hey, yo, you want to catch up, whatever? Because, so much downtime. It's like, that was really a time to just be like, I mean, it was so funny. So many true colors shown with like friends that I was like, you want to do as, you do Zooms or whatever, and like, let's just drink and hang out on, and the people that were like, nah, I'm like, I know you have nothing to do. So if you still don't want to now, bro, you're dead to me. So, so I go up there and I text my buddy, I go, can I do it later? I'm with my dad, his wife, my stepmom's on hospice. And he texts it back. He goes, dude, is that a new dating app? And I go, what? He goes, Hospice. I've never heard of it. I go, wow.
Whoa.
And this is how I know you can't read. Isn't that? He thought I said Hospice. And I was like, well, she is leaving him.
That
but,
is a great
yeah.
idea.
Yeah, it is. It's a great idea. Yeah. Are you one step away from death, but still want to stay in the game?
Get on Hospice today.
Yeah. There you go. You can do the VO for it.
Thank you.
So go up there to Arizona. Then I go to Oregon, and then we come back and we drive to Seattle because we were like, all right, again, there's no end in sight here. So let's be up around the fam. And I got the ring probably in February, and then March COVID hits. And so then it was like, all right, I think I want to do it this summer. And I want to do it around fam. I didn't want to just do it us in our place together. And so I hit up my mom and sister, and I was like, what if we drive up? And then I got my dad to get somebody to bring him up from Oregon. And we did a backyard thing for my wife at my mom and stepdad's house. And my nieces had a sign that said, I had my sister take her to go do nails and whatever. And they hadn't really spent a lot of time together yet. So she was a little sus as far as like, and my sister can talk forever. So she just kept being like, and then this happened, this happened. And she was like, I think we got to go back to the house for dinner. She's like, no, we're fine. And then they finally came back. And then we played the song that we really like in the backyard. And she walked around the corner. And I had got like this event thing. We had like a sumo wrestling thing in the backyard and popcorn machine and Pop-A-Shot and a water slide. And she'd never had, I think my wife said she never had a birthday party as a kid. Just different, different strokes for different folks. Never had a real party,
Was
whatever.
she Jehovah's Witness?
No. But
Don't
just
they not
their
sell
folks lived on the outskirts in Arizona.
Okay.
And like kind of strict growing up, like not like didn't kick it with a lot of, didn't get to do a lot of hanging with friends. Could go out and do stuff like in high school, whenever.
No
But they were
Hospice.
just no Hospice. I think mom was just really like, I think overly cautious as far as like having you get mixed up with the wrong people. So better to be around no people for a bit.
Right.
So I was like, I'm gonna make this like a party, And so had a bunch of stuff set up. Came around the corner. Nieces had they were 7 at the time. Will you marry me? Sign. And she walked up, started crying. Came around the corner, proposed.
Didn't even see it coming.
Didn't see it coming. She was surprised. I kept wanting to do. I just at the end of the day was like, surprises. You can't beat it.
Yeah.
If it's like not the surprise of like, I wasn't gonna take her up to a hill, and like pretend to push her and go, ah! And then have her go, what the fuck? And then go, just kidding. That surprise I feel like is wild. But the one with family and
That's
the
so
heartstrings.
sweet.
Yeah, she loved it.
Has she ever wanted you to role play as Dr. Phil with her?
No, but she did. Oh, so funny. Wow, that is so many people ask me that. What I used to get was when I played Wolverine at Universal Studios for about 2 years, I would get propositioned by foreign gals to tell me to call them later and bring the suit. And I was like, I have no way to do that, and this sucks. But I will break character, and we can just say dirty stuff to each other in the park. But no, one night though, I was doing a Phil show, and Bill Burr was the guest. We finished that. Chappelle came in to do a secret show in the belly room, and I was like, oh, I gotta go see this. So my makeup gal was like, all right, well, I got to go to bed, but you can sleep in it, in the ball cap and everything. And I was like, all right, is that bad? She's like, it's not ideal, but I'm going to bed, and if you want to go do this. So I go up to watch Chappelle. He ends up bringing me on stage. We kind of riff for a little bit as Phil, and just unbelievable night.
Is there a way I can see this? Can people...
No, it wasn't tape, but there's a really great picture of me. If you pull it up, there's on my Instagram, or even just Google Dr. Phil Chappelle, but his photographer got a really great picture of us talking afterwards. And so I go home that night, and I'm sleeping in the bald cap. And my wife wakes up and had forgot because we got pretty sauced that night, and she rolled over and just saw the back of my head. And it's a legit bald cap. So she just saw bald, spotted hair and everything,
awesome.
And she just saw it and definitely had a moment of like, oh God,
like scared.
Her impression of it is great. She was like, oh fuck, and then, but she's never asked for it, thank God.
Yeah.
I don't think. I mean, I guess it would be funny if I, came and then went, we'll be right back. I'm gonna go get a towel real quick, or a t-shirt, whatever you prefer. But no role playing on that stuff yet.
Oh my God. Who do you like doing, Joe Biden or Dr. Phil more?
Probably Phil, because I've only done Biden twice, you know?
You should practice him
Yeah.
because you are really, really the
Oh, thanks.
5 seconds I saw
Oh, yeah.
here made because you just the things he says are so
Yeah.
jumbled up anyways.
yeah.
Yeah, that's really fun.
Really wild. But Phil is just more, you know, I feel like it's because Biden is known for being a little bit more broken up with his words and spacey and quiet, and just there's certain moments where just we're gonna go get him, and who just shit my pants? You know, so that's a little more, that's tougher to play with.
Yeah.
Whereas Phil is like known for having, you know, a lot of dialogue and being able to banter with somebody, you know.
Yeah.
I can tell you this, Lauren, as being a parent myself, okay, it's tough to raise a kid, okay, that you also want to hit sometimes, okay? I know that when I would smack my kid, not with a belt or a hand, but a Pop-Tart, you know, because it's funny, but it's also effective, you know. It's a delicious smack, you know.
Sweet.
It's sweet, but as you go through being a parent, I want to trust your instincts. Comedy cures. Make them laugh. And if you find yourself confused and alone in the shower, shave your head, your back, your pussy, and your crack. We'll be right back.
Will you come back on my show and
Anytime.
do Dr. Phil?
For real?
Yeah, will you?
That'd be kind of wild. Sure.
Wouldn't that be fun?
Yeah. Oh
I
my
think
God,
it'd
that'd be
be
really
fun.
funny.
I'd
Yeah.
love it.
1000%.
Okay, great.
Done and done.
Where can people find you?
AdamRayComedy.com is where all my tour dates are. When does this go up? A few weeks? A
I
few
hope.
years?
Is it going to go up next week?
Yeah, next week.
Let's
My
go.
birthday.
Let's go. What are you doing for your birthday?
I'm going to Nashville.
Wow. Good call. Have you
Yeah.
ever been before?
I have been.
For what?
I went for a movie
Shows?
premiere.
Cool.
Yeah.
Nashville is well, you can't party, but you can.
No,
Or
I don't
can-
party. No, I
okay.
don't party.
You
But
don't?
I still have fun.
There was a really scary pause there when
was
you were
my,
like,
it
I
was-
might drink.
It's surprising how much fun I've been able to have.
Yeah.
Off of just psychotic hormones running through my blood.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's your new drug.
It's so fun.
That is so wild.
Yeah, it's just
What-
built in. I'm just like,
Hey, who needs booze and weed when you just got
yeah.
fucking
It's like little bumps of Coke every now and then.
It
I'm
is,
just
right?
like,
You just get a-
oh my God.
cool?
Where's the room service?
Okay,
Just
thanks for
kidding.
having me. No,
I'm
you
joking,
can.
I'm joking.
Yeah. Where's the room service? Wait, cravings. You were telling me earlier. Give me one of your top cravings.
Sparkling water.
But food. If you could have any food right now, or when you get hungry tonight, like what are you thinking of right
Chips and queso.
now? Awesome. Great answer.
Thank you.
Great answer.
With the beef and the guacamole and the sour cream in it.
Oh wow. So the full meal deal.
The compuesto.
Dude, what did you just call me?
Compuesto.
Say it's 2024. You can't say that anymore.
Compuesto.
Compuesto. So that means all the meat and cheeses.
All the things.
Cool.
And the chips and the fajitas.
I'm a big chips and salsa guy.
Like my belly grows and then I actually look pregnant.
Yeah.
Right now I just look.
You're good. You're wearing the belly well.
I never thought I'd say this, but I can't wait till it gets bigger.
Yeah. Well, then it's more real that way too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll fill my clothes out a little bit more.
Cool. Are you excited to wear like the big pregnant dress? Like what are they called? Muumuus, right?
No, I can't say I'm looking forward to that part.
Yeah.
But I am looking forward to fall
You
and
should-
Christmas and coats and layers.
You should wear like really short, like crop top, like leather crop tops.
Oh, for Halloween, I'm going to be a truck driver.
Oh my God, with the big belly hanging
yeah,
out?
and I'm going to wear
Hilarious.
a wife beater and I'm going to have a
Hilarious.
crushed can of Budweiser.
Hilarious.
Mullet,
Yep.
mustache, hat.
Yep.
I'm going to be a shitty truck
my
driver. I'm going to have a beige bra kind of showing through, look extra trashy.
Wow.
Someone from Incubus would love it.
Yeah. Tyler. All right. Tour dates, AdamRayComedy.com. When this comes out, I guess, I have Minnesota coming up, September 25th, 26th to 28th. We have a Dr. Phil Live theater tour that we're doing right now. Philly on October 25th, DC on the 26th, New York, Beacon Theater, November 15th. Arizona, December 6th, San Diego, December 7th. But we are announcing a 2025 tour that's got Austin, Dallas, Chicago, San Francisco, Boston, Atlanta, Nashville. All that is going to be at AdamRayComedy.com. And then I have a fully improvised show I'm doing live streaming from Comedy on State in Madison, Wisconsin on October 30th. Those tickets are at AdamRay.live. And then my podcast about last night. And then thank you.
Thank you for coming
This
on my
was
show.
so fun, an honor.
I'm
You're
so
ama-
glad. I've been waiting for you to come on.
Been
Thank
really
you.
great. I love you.
Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next time.
First date,
already drinking a glass of milk with dinner?
First date, I can't wait.
You told your mom about me?